Hello, everyone. This is Rod from Diaspora Kicking the Bobo. Hey, we are back from Liberia. We spent 2.5 weeks in Liberia and we had fun. Today's video is basically going to be talking about regrets. Regrets. Do we have any regrets for deciding to make Liberia our second home and buying land in Liberia? So, if you have any questions, just leave a message. Basically, I would have to say that during our trip to Liberia, we really had fun. And if I were to say that if I had any regrets, there are no serious regrets, none whatsoever. But there are certain things that I would have done differently if I had to do it all over again. You live and you learn about, the things that you decide to do. One of the things that I probably wouldn't do is the fact that there are certain things that you do because you're happy, you're glad, and you're anxious, and you want to get things done, and that is buy things unseen. And the things that I bought that were unseen, I'm satisfied with them, but I would have to say, based upon my mindset and my thinking patterns, if I had been there while the sales was going on, I probably wouldn't have, but I'm kind of glad that I did buy them. For instance, our property in Breweryville for the oceanfront, that is something I would have bought even if I had bought it before I saw it. I still would have did that. I'm very satisfied with my land in Bassa, but there are certain things about it that if I was probably there, it would have kept me from buying it, but I'm very satisfied with it. See, when you have regrets about certain things, it can be large regrets or small regrets. Most of my regrets would be very, very small, because the simple fact is that Liberia is a good country. It's a good country to be. One of the things that I have learned in Liberia is that it is not integrated. It is not an integrated society. And I think that that's good, because here in America, we are integrated. And most African countries are starting to be integrated. It's hard for Liberia to be integrated because the simple fact is Liberia is one of the countries that you would say, hey, this is for Black people. Even the Constitution, is geared towards Black people, based upon past experiences. And that's not a bad idea. And one of the things that we have to understand about that situation is that you're going to see a lot of countries doing a little bit better than Liberia, because the simple fact is that they are starting to look integrated. Some of the countries like Ghana, if you go to Accra, you probably wouldn't know the difference between Accra and some of the cities in America, because of the integration of it. But Liberia prevents integration because guess what? The Constitution does not allow anybody but people of Negro descent to buy land. And because you cannot buy land unless you're of Negro descent, that means you have a lot of people who are other races is not going to be dealing in Liberia like they deal in other countries like Kenya, Gambia, Nigeria, Ghana. They're not going to deal because they can't buy the land. So if I can't buy the land, then why should I do business with them? So that will let you know that if Liberians and those who want to live there don't do it themselves, then it's not going to get built like the rest of them. We got to come together and do some things together in order to build Liberia. You know, that's the simple truth of the matter. If that don't happen, then Liberia will not be built. One man cannot build Liberia. It's going to take a lot, a lot. When I was there, I saw the potential of a great nation. But if those who don't come home, who left long ago, doesn't put money into it, it's not going to happen. And also, too, we have to understand that the government has to basically be a part of it. They have to partner with the private sector. The government have to partner with the private sector in order for Liberia to grow. Like I say, it's going to grow and it's going to do it, but you got to be together. You got to stick together. You got to want it to happen. And that's what we're trying to do. I was brainstorming of what we could do there. Man, there are so many things to do there. You got Ghana has 20-something million people there, and they got a national GDP of maybe at least $26-27 billion or more. Liberia has only 6 to 7 million people. Liberia has can fit at least 15, 16 million more people there comfortably. And that will, raise the GDP, And so we got to get the word out. You got to get the word out, And one of the things that I've noticed is that I've had nothing but good things to say about Liberia. And a lot of people who are not Liberians have nothing but good things to say about Liberia. The problem is you have a lot of Liberians who don't have good things to say about Liberia. Maybe they heard it from their parents who left during the war, and maybe they just don't want to go back because they've been integrated into the great American society or whatever. They have no idea what's going on in Liberia and how well Liberia is standing up. But like I say, in order to grow, you have to stick together. But I have no really bad regrets for Liberia. But a simple one is that I wish I had the idea to come to Africa earlier. The problem with that is that until 2019, living in Africa wasn't even on my playlist. Visiting Africa was on my playlist just to go to Tanzania for a safari or Kenya for a safari, and that was it. But as I studied and learned more about Africa, specifically Liberia, it started to change my mind about, what Africa can be if the diaspora support Africa. But also Africa has to support the diaspora. It can't go one way. And here's the problem. It might not never happen because the people, they love us. They want us there. The problem is that they don't do nothing with the politicians. I mean, I met the nicest politicians in Liberia. Man, they was helpful. They talk to you, say hello. Problem is that they got to get together and start thinking about the diaspora. Start thinking about what can we do to get the diaspora to come here to spend money so that we can grow like Ghana. I would say Ghana is probably 20 years ahead of Liberia. So is Tanzania, so is Kenya, so is Rwanda. And Rwanda went to a big war. But look at it now. If Rwanda can do it, guess who can do it? Liberia can do it. just got to stick together. You just got to want it. You just got to keep the government honest. And with that, I'm just going to say, hey, y'all, please support my channel and subscribe, hit the like button, thumbs up, and we need subscribers. All right, thanks. Bye.